Action.
Hi guys! Is that what Joe Music did? Alright, so we're going to talk about two things real quick. The new face shields that we got donated from Lincoln Electric, and then we'll talk about the P100 face mask that we're going to put temporarily in service. So normally right now we're using a N95 and a pair of goggles on med runs. So when you have your N95 on, it is advisable if you're using the N95 to wear a surgical mask over it, not to increase the filter quality, but to make the N95 last longer. So this would be the new practice when you're wearing an N95 on a Med 10. You still have the option of the glasses, but everybody complains that they fogged up immediately. So Chief Haddock got Lincoln Electric to donate these full face shields that you can wear instead of the glasses. The vision out of it is not really all that great, but I don't think it's going to fog up. So these will also go in service today. So either glasses, shield, when you're wearing your N95, surgical mask over it to increase the life of the N95. We're also going to put into service today a Scott face mask that has P100 cartridges on it. This is a slightly better efficiency filter than the N95, but they both filter out coronavirus. They both filter out bacteria and viruses the same. This is just a little more efficient when it comes to particles in the air. So I'm going to demonstrate how to put it on, take it off, and clean it, and also how to fit test yourself. I'll talk about fit testing though before I put it on, because it'll be hard to understand me once I put it on. So you have two cartridges that the air comes into, and then there's an inhalation valve inside of this adapter. When you exhale, air comes out of this exhalation valve that's up at the top. So you should fit test yourself every single time you put this on, because it is not positive pressure, it's negative pressure. It's the same way we do our fit testing downstairs when we fit test you guys for seal quality. So you're going to put the mask on. It's important to tighten more than you do with your SCBA, because you don't have positive pressure air to keep contaminants out. Once you have it on, you're going to perform a positive fit test and a negative fit test, which will take about 15 seconds to perform. The first one you're going to do is a positive fit test. So once the mask is on and it's adjusted tightly, you'll take your hand and place it over the exhalation valve, just to cover it. Don't push into your face, because you're going to break the seal then. Cover the exhalation valve and exhale slightly. If you exhale hard, you're going to break the seal. What you're doing is just slowly and very slightly exhaling, and you should maintain your seal. You should feel the mask push forward slightly, but not feel air escape. If you exhale hard, you're going to get air escaping. So just cover the valve, exhale slightly, see if you have a leak. If you have a leak, readjust the straps. Try that test again. Once you pass that test, place both hands over the canisters, and now you're going to do the negative fit test, and you're going to inhale slightly. Not hard, not a full breath, just a little inhale. You should feel the mask draw closer to your face, and again, you should not break your seal. Now you know that you have a good fit, and you can go in on a call. So now I'm going to demonstrate how to put it on and also how to perform those two fit tests. And it's important to tighten the bottom straps first, because you want to pull that chin cup in tight to your chin. If you pull the temple straps first, you're going to pull the mask out away from your chin. And this is the biggest area that we need to seal. So chin strap first, followed by temple strap. Once I feel that I have a very good seal around my mask, I just slightly cover the exhalation valve, and I exhale slightly. My seal didn't break, I didn't feel air escaping anywhere around my face or my head, so I passed that test. Next, I cover the two inhalation ports on the cartridges and inhale slightly. So the mask pulled tight to my face and I didn't have any air escaping. If during either test I had air escape, retighten my straps more. Perform the same T-test. Good. Good. So, I've now fit tested myself. See how quickly it is. You could do it right before you go inside the house, the apartment, or wherever. Next, I'm just going to talk about a couple quick maintenance things, and then we'll get into cleaning. We're going to already have the mask set up like this, but it's important in the morning to make sure the canisters are hand tight. We can't over crank them because it's a plastic housing. You'll crack the plastic, but you know how things vibrate in the truck as we're driving around, and if these filters are loose like this, you could have some contamination then into the mask. So we want to make sure these are tight. We want to make sure that both of these plastic O-rings or rubber O-rings are intact, and then also inside the mask, which I'll come and do a close-up of. Can you see it? There is this flap. This is the inhalation flap, so it opens when you take a breath and it pushes closed when you exhale, allowing air to go out the exhalation port and not contaminate the filter. So we want to make sure that this is there every morning. For cleaning, once you get back to the station, and I left it in the workroom, where's Rich? Could you grab one of those spray bottles for me, please? To clean it, we're going to take the cartridges off with the adapter. We're going to remove the cartridges. And now this can be sprayed with the solution in all the holes and let it sit for 10 minutes. There's a 10-minute contact time on the germicide. Thank you. And once it's sat for 10 minutes, rinse it off. The cartridges cannot have anything sprayed onto them. So you're going to take a wipe and you're going to wipe down the entire exterior of the cartridge all the way around. And now this is decontaminated and can be used again, even if we give an aerosol treatment, because this is designed to be in an aerosol environment. So whatever gets into the filter is trapped in the filter. We just want to clean off any contact contamination.
Repeat again, cannot be sprayed.
Cannot be sprayed inside the filter. You cannot get the paper filters wet. Use a wipe. Clorox, it doesn't matter where, it's a bleach wipe, the germicidal wipes. Use a wipe to decontaminate the outside of the canister. You'll do that for both canisters. Then once you've had your 10-minute contact time with this and you've rinsed it off, you're going to make sure you have your plastic flapper valve. You're going to make sure both rubber O-rings are there. You're going to tighten the canisters back on. About that tight. You can see just hand tight. We don't have to crank it. I'm talking to you muscle heads. That's good. This would be in every truck. Every vehicle and each station will have 2 of them. This is MSA's Confidence Plus germicidal cleaner. It is on the EPA's approved list of cleaners for COVID-19. Has a 10-minute contact time. You're going to spray the outside of the mask. Spray the head net. Inside and out, all inside the mask. There's nothing here you can damage. Spray into the opening for the regulator. Let that sit for 10 minutes. Rinse it off. Now you're decontaminated. You can place this back on. It goes on just like our regulators. Comes in at a 90-degree angle and rotates until it's upright. Now the mask is back in service. You guys have any questions?
With the filters, are we going to be storing them? I mean, like we do with the N95 in a brown paper bag?
No, so we're getting bags right now. Chief just went to pick them up. Cloth bags that can be washed in the extractor and decon. This will be together as a unit, and it'll go inside the bag and stay inside the bag. Each station will have 2 large face masks for the guys that have bigger faces, and then the rest will be mediums. So try fit testing yourself on both. the large may fit. The guys like before, like Shea and Marshawn, have bigger faces. They're probably going to be using the largest. Everybody else is going to be a medium. But there'll be 2 larges and 3 mediums at each station. Figure out which one fits you the best.
Can we dunk each mask in a clean bucket of water as we decon them in the morning
To rinse them?
to rinse them?
Yeah, as long as you don't submerge the filters.
Right, so the
Yeah.
mask, take it apart, dump the mask in there, you're good to go. As far as
With the
rinsing.
spray?
No, as far as rinsing goes.
Yes,
We
yeah.
can just dump them in a bucket of water, maybe
Yes.
1 bucket of water, everybody dunks theirs after they get 10 minutes contact time.
Yeah.
That's the appropriate way of going forward with
Yeah,
it.
that or just rinse it off with the hose. Spray
And
it
then
off
are
with the
we
hose.
are we cleaning them after each and every use? Are we deconning them?
You should
after each
decon it
use?
after every use.
Right,
So, say you're at the hospital and you had a really bad call, that's why we're putting them on all the vehicles. As soon as you have time, spray your mask down, let it sit for 10 minutes. If you're still at the hospital, just take it to the sink and rinse it off in the sink. You've killed everything after 10 minutes, so get your mask back in service as quickly as possible.
Is this in effect now, or when we run out of 95s?
No, so what's gonna happen is, you want me to go ahead with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. All engine guys and truck guys will no longer put on N95s. Unless you already have one that you've been using in your brown paper bag, they'll put on this to try to conserve N95 usage. The 2 squad guys will continue to wear N95s. As we start getting more depleted in the N95s, then only the medic will put on an N95, and the driver, if he has to go in, will put on the Scott face piece. That way he can remove it, get in the truck, drive, put it back on. Obviously gloves and, don't contaminate yourself. And that's the way we're gonna move forward with it until the supply of N95s comes back. Any other questions?
Anybody else got anything? Remember the face shield's a valuable option, right? N95s on calls. I mean, we've covered it all. Thanks a lot, Eric. You don't have any other questions?
Please don't waste this disinfecting the station, your goggles. Like this stuff can all be used with the spray that we got for disinfecting, but the spray cannot be used on the face mask. It degrades the masks. This is right from MSA. It is designed for our masks to not degrade our masks, so we don't want to waste it.
Where's there more?
I have more downstairs. So each station gets 2 bottles for inside the station, and then they're already all made up, and then there'll be 1 on your engine, 1 on your squad. And then it's just letting me know it gets low in a special report. I'd prefer a special report and for you to just text me directly. Special report, so it's documented, text me so I know immediately that you're low. And it literally takes a few minutes to mix up and pour back into the bottles. It's a concentrate, so it does have to be diluted.
And make sure if you spray these masks, for everybody's safety, you give it 10 minutes. Don't give it 9.5. Make sure you give it at least 10 minutes before you rinse it off.
And all of these
For community use.
sorry.
Go.
And all of these masks, we got them from Tri-C, and the adapter's been sitting in the basement for probably 10, 15 years. I deconned them all in this yesterday. They've all been submerged. Every mask has been submerged in the appropriate amount of solution for 10 minutes, as well as the adapters, and all of the canisters have been wiped down. So everything is clean and contaminated free right now, other than that one that I just used.
This is gonna roll out effective as soon as we get done with this videotape. So, no other questions? Everybody good? Thanks a lot, Eric.
Yep.
Thank you.